Allow me to give you good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending where you are. It's a pleasure to host all of you here today. For those who don't know me, my name is Luis Kimaiji. I'm the executive director of Bússola Tech. We are a global think tank that works with parliamentary modernization and digital transformation in parliaments. And today I have my pleasure to welcome my dear friend Andy Beattie, the Scotland Chief Parliamentary Counsel, and Ludovic de Lepine, the head of ICT in the European Union Parliament, Lisa Mathlan, the researcher in the Parliament of Malaysia, Virginia Carmona, the Deputy Director of Assignments in the Chamber of Deputies in Chile, and Vishu Singh, the partner of Hawk AI Track in India. And today we're going to discuss how AI can help in making transparency processes in parliaments more efficient. How can we use AI to provide better information and more interactivity with citizens and other interested parties in the parliament and congresses that we work with? I have prepared a few questions to share with you. And given our limited time, I'll try to be very objective on them so we can explore your vast knowledge on this field. And well, if you allow me, Virginia, I'd like to start with you. Chile has been working for a while now with the Caminar project. You have the Caminar T, sorry, you have the Caminar L for legislative, you have the Caminar A for administration, and the previously known as Caminar T as now our Chile bot is being released. So my first question to you is, most parliaments are still exploring artificial intelligence as a means to bring greater efficiency to internal legislative services, as you have already done. From your perspective, how can generative AI solutions be used or are being used to enhance the efficiency of parliamentary transparency? And which specific workflows stand to benefit the most from this technological shift? Virginia, would you like to start and share your thoughts?
Hola, buenos días desde acá, Chile. Luis, muchas gracias. Sí, sí, efectivamente, la inteligencia artificial está impulsando una transformación fundamental en todos los parlamentos del mundo y en Chile hemos visto y presenciado este cambio a medida que hemos ido modernizando nuestra institución para poder acercarnos y dar respuesta a la ciudadanía de una manera eficiente, transparente y receptiva. El proyecto Caminar representa esta visión fundamentalmente en la forma en que busca realizar el trabajo administrativo y legislativo de la Cámara de Diputados. Bueno, desde mi perspectiva, la inteligencia artificial generativa mejora la transparencia y la eficiencia de tres maneras principales. Primero, automatizando todo lo que es la transcripción de discurso y resúmenes de los debates parlamentarios. El módulo Caminar utiliza inteligencia para transformar las sesiones habladas de registros textuales precisos en tiempo real y esto reduce drásticamente el tiempo en que los parlamentarios y por supuesto la ciudadanía van a tener acceso a estos documentos y a esta transcripción. Esto, por lo tanto, aumenta la transparencia y reduce las barreras para que los ciudadanos puedan acceder a toda la información del trabajo que desean ellos seguir y hacer seguimiento de los parlamentarios que los representan. También creo que es muy importante que la inteligencia artificial ha habilitado la búsqueda semántica de los textos legales y materiales históricos. La búsqueda tradicional por palabras clave puede perder contextos y matices. Con la inteligencia artificial, que comprende un lenguaje legislativo y las jerarquías legales, los usuarios pueden encontrar las leyes, precedentes comprender el lenguaje legislativo y las jerarquías legales. Esto es muy importante. Esto promueve una mejor legislación y fortalece la supervisión democrática al hacer que la información sea mucho más accesible y comprensible a la ciudadanía. Bueno, y el tercer punto que creo que es muy importante de la perspectiva del uso de la inteligencia artificial de nuestro proyecto Caminar, principalmente, es que se puede revisar los proyectos de ley. Es decir, con la inteligencia artificial podemos ir evaluando el impacto regulatorio que tienen los proyectos de ley y apoyando la revisión constitucional de estos mismos a lo largo de todo el proceso legislativo. La inteligencia artificial nos ha ayudado a identificar propuestas similares o contradictorias de los proyectos de ley que se están trabajando sobre la coherencia jurídica. Esto no, por supuesto, no reemplaza lo que es el criterio humano, sino que mejora y garantiza la respuesta, las decisiones que sean informadas, oportunas y están alineadas con todos los marcos legales. Los flujos de trabajo que hemos visto que se ven de mayor forma beneficiados con el uso de la inteligencia artificial han sido claramente la redacción legislativa y la documentación pública, la investigación jurídica, la supervisión administrativa también, como tú bien has comentado, también hemos aplicado inteligencia artificial en el área administrativa de la Cámara de Diputados para llevar una mejor gestión y control de los recursos. También esto nos ha ayudado en tener una transparencia en todo lo que es la rendición de cuenta, tanto desde el área administrativa y también rendición de cuenta de lo que es el trabajo legislativo. Y como ustedes pueden ver o conocer, muchos ya hemos hablado del proyecto Caminar en distintas conferencias. El proyecto Caminar se aleja de lo que es el trabajo tradicional en papel y ha llevado un poco el trabajo legislativo a un ambiente digital que se está impulsando a través de la inteligencia artificial. Esto ha llevado un trabajo puntualmente de un liderazgo que se ha dedicado a poder identificar las distintas soluciones y, por supuesto, con, con una colaboración técnica estrecha para poder llevar a cabo estos proyectos. Bueno, el Caminar combina módulos avanzados de inteligencia artificial generativa con una sólida infraestructura digital para agilizar los flujos de trabajo que más importan, en el fondo, para encontrar la transparencia y el acceso a la información del público. Eso, Luis, no
Thank you.
sé si...
Thank you very much, Virginia, for your thoughts on this opening question. Ludovic, ArchieBot is an evolution of Archibot. So, would you like to share your thoughts on this question as well as the creator of Archibot?
Thank you very much, but I think that the filiation is developing much more than the parenthood. So that's a brilliant tool that has been deployed, and we wish all the best for this solution to be spread around Latin America and to inspire other parliaments. And to come back on your question, across democratic institutions, generative AI is becoming a catalyst for transforming the way that legislative services work. So in the European Parliament, our experience confirmed that AI strengthens both internal efficiency and public transparency, provided it is deployed responsibly and anchored in sound governance, and that's the main point, governance. As outlined in our proposed strategy, roadmap, and body program, we see AI not as a replacement for institutional expertise, but as a tool that elevates the quality, timeless, and accessibility of parliamentary information. So one of the most promising areas we have is the way AI supports staff and members in navigating the volume of documents that accompany the legislative process. Generative systems help to produce clear, reliable summaries of complex materials, which range from committee reports to legislative observatory documents. And these capabilities, which are currently being industrialized through a generative AI hub that has been introduced 15 minutes ago to the hierarchy from the European Parliament, reduce the time required to deliver accurate information, and strengthen the consistency of what we publish. And by accelerating the preparation of briefing notes, explanatory sheets, or comparative analyses, we can provide more timely insights to members and in turn offer clearer explanation to citizens. So AI also supports transparency because it provides how parliamentary information is organized, searched, and reused. And many workflows still rely on dispersed data pools that make it very difficult for staff to retrieve at need. So our proposed roadmap highlights the importance of building AI-ready datasets equipped with semantic structures and rigorous quality controls. And this work ensures that generative system responds with trustable and sound-grounded information. So as our data governance matures, citizens will benefit from more coherent public information and easier access to legislative developments. So several workflows are already demonstrating high potential. The proposed rolling program identified use cases such as the automatic generation of summaries for public documents, the creation of briefings for committees, and the assistance to services responsible for legislative scrutiny. And this initiative reduces repetitive manual work and they free staff to focus on tasks where professional judgment is crucial. So they also reinforce transparency because the outputs produced for internal use can, after validation, be made available in public-facing explanations so that they are easier to understand. So generally, generative AI is also enabling a new forms of citizen engagement. The Parliament foresees the design of conversational assistants that can guide citizens through procedures or respond to recurring questions. While these tools remain under human oversight, they illustrate how AI can help large institutions communicate in a more accessible and multilingual way. So this shift strengthens transparency because institutions can offer timely and consistent information to citizens without requiring them to navigate complex portals. And finally, AI contributes to transparency by supporting internal governance. The EU strategy, our proposed strategy to be approved, and again, I will use a lot approved or to be approved or proposed because currently this is under the process to be sent to the Secretary General and approved by the members of the Bureau. So we are at the end of this process. So let me actually use proposed roadmap or proposed strategy. So this one emphasizes human centricity, auditability, and compliance with the EU. So these principles ensure that every generative capability we deploy is accompanied by a clear safeguards, the source traceability, and the institutional control. And this approach means that efficiency gains never come at the expense of trust. And we'll come back to trust maybe a little bit later on. So instead, AI becomes a structural extension of our commitment to evidence-based lawmaking and open communications with citizens. In short, GenAI is helping the European Parliament make its knowledge more accessible, its workflows more efficient, and its interaction with citizens more transparent. The transition is guided by governance, training, and a strong ethical framework so that technology serves democracy in a way that is both ambitious and responsible.
Thank you very much, Ludovic, for your thoughts on this question. Allow me to invite you, Vishu, to share your thoughts. Your organization has helped the Parliament of India to reframe the parliamentary website. What are your thoughts on this opening question?
Yeah, thank you, Luis. In fact, it's a privilege to be part of this global forum discussing how one can implement AI tools into making parliamentary processes more efficient, accurate, and transparent and inclusive. So as you said, a few of the tools we have already adopted here and a few are in the pipeline. So as the workflow goes, there are multiple workflows which can benefit from adoption of these AI tools into the processes. One I would say is transcription. Transcription, like speech to text. It brings out a real-time, quick and accurate recording of the House proceedings, which can be validated afterwards by the human editor, but it brings out a very quick and faster way of recording the House proceedings. Number two, second, coming to we can translation and multilingual support, which is very important here in India, is a very helpful AI tool because people from different backgrounds can listen or read into their preferred mode of language instantly. Third, that is, I would say, speech to speech, that we can say a simultaneous interpretation of a debate or of a proceeding can be done in simultaneously in different languages form, and so one can adapt to it. Further we go, it helps out in drafting the official text debate as well, or we call Hansard. It can actually make it faster. So anyway, human editors can validate it afterwards and can make necessary corrections, and those corrections can be retrained to further improve the AI model, which can be used. Further we go, a summarization is a very good feature to save the time. If anyone want a precise gist of the proceeding, or it can be weeks proceedings can be summarized, or a month's or a whole sessions proceedings can be summarized. And moreover, for the general public, like sometimes this parliament language or parliament terminology is a bit difficult to answer. So it can summarize in a plain language. So general public or public at large, they are able to participate and use it in a better way. Further we go, AI-based search and retrieval is a very efficient and helpful tool, which brings out, say, your old documents, yes, assuming that all are digitized and into PDF, OCR form, and accurate retrieval without putting much efforts at a very nice speed. You can bring those and can be referred, can be cited, can be discussed, and then reports are to be prepared, can be prepared on the basis of that. So the retrieval, search and retrieval is a very useful, efficient tool, AI tool, which can be used. Further we go, we can have those knowledge graphs as well. With the knowledge graphs, I mean, we can have trends or recurring issues which have been there in the past, and those can be compared across the years or maybe decades also. Say, what was the trend? What was the recurring issue 20 years back, and what is there now? So it can help you build up insights as well. Then lastly, what we have been working on to let you know, we have processed around 20,000 hours of parliament proceedings, both upper house and lower house, with the metadata, where any user can put a member's name, put the session. There are different filters on that. And moreover, it has a semantic search as well. So semantic search, what do you do is a contextual search, where, say, for example, you ask about a query about regarding fuel. So it will give you a reply in terms of petrol as well, gasoline as well, diesel as well, everything. So it understands the context in which the query has been put. And these are timestamped. So this timestamp helps into for how long the member had been speaking, for how long he has participated in the session, and the productivity can be measured in that sense. So these are the few instances where AI tool can be helpful. And of course, like the previous speaker has said, trustworthiness is the most important feature over here, which has to be built on the AI models. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vishu, for your considerations to this. Andy, would you like to share your thoughts on this? I know you're not a technologist, but you are the Chief Parliamentary Counsel, and basically you are leading the office that's producing most parliamentary information in your jurisdiction. So what are your thoughts to this? How can AI improve the efficiency on how people are accessing the parliamentary information, including the information from your own office? So what are your thoughts to this question?
Yeah, thanks, Lewis. Thanks for that introduction, and hello to everybody from Edinburgh and Scotland. Absolute pleasure to be with you today. As you say, Lewis, I think I can bring a parliamentary council's perspective as a legislative drafter and just talk about both what AI is delivering and its potential. I think certainly at the moment my colleagues would say that's not in replacing drafting expertise and actually drafting legislation at the moment. It's more in making the process of drafting laws more accessible, more comprehensible, and more consistent. Transparency, I think, improves when that process, or what goes on behind sometimes that rather obscure, what people might call the dark art of drafting legislation, is more out there in the open and is easier to access and understand. From the perspective of someone who drafts legislation themselves, AI can certainly support that. Generative AI can scan, we've got centuries, of course, of legislative precedent, and it can help drafters locate relevant provisions, definitions, cross-references, and highlight inconsistencies and conflicts all across the vast statute book. That can speed up the process of helping draft legislation. All of that still very much needs to be checked, which is why the sort of human element of drafting is still there. But there's great benefits in being able to gather that information at pace. In terms of members, committees, even the public and civil society, what generative AI can do is it can help increase the understanding of the legislation that's produced either in bill form or when enacted. It's very good, we've found, at producing first drafts of summaries of clauses, highlighting changes between versions. We use it in our own software to be able to demonstrate more clearly what amendments may and may not do to bills by generating comparisons. We're certainly at the place where all this still needs to be very much human checked, but it is significantly speeding up the publication of that sort of material. And I guess finally, just in terms of the data, the legislative data that parliaments themselves hold, they hold huge volumes of legislative documents, either on individual bills, so the text of the bills themselves, the amendments, the debates, all the evidence that's submitted to them in the committee reports. And AI is excellent at classifying, interlinking, and indexing this material. It also, I think, can go back through Parliament history. I've been drafting in the Scottish Parliament for 25 years, and I like to think I've got a good grasp of everything that's happened on the bill front in those 25 years, but I'm afraid I am no match for AI going back 20 years and finding out what was happened in a particular debate. All of this, I think, helps improve public access by helping shape the legislative story of each bill, how it evolved itself from drafting to introduction, but also how it sits in the much wider statute book and that huge volume of information. So it is certainly helping speed up the process of gathering that information and exposing both the intent, context, and history in which laws are made in more intuitive ways. Will come on, I think, to whether that strengthens public trust in the lawmaking process. And at the moment, that very much is still dependent on experts being in place to ensure accuracy and clarity.
Okay. Thank you, Louis, again for the invitation. It's always I'm always happy to share my insights on this matter. So generative AI solutions have the potential to transform the way in which legislative information is handled, distributed, perceived by the people. The main increase of transparency is achieved via two main channels. Accordingly, one is through the democratization of the information on the legislature, whereby it means readings on parliaments, debate, the committee proceedings are usually high volume and it's very technical, but with the help of AI, it is possible to make two things actually. One is to make complex documents easy, whereby it produces plain language brief of new bills, the acts, long records of Hansard, simplifying the process of citizens and journalists in understanding the legislative changes. Second, in translating and localizing content, just what Mr. Bishwawi was talking about, speech to text, automatically convert documents into different national language and dialects through AI transcription. Because within Malaysia, we are actually currently on the status of proof of concept for this kind of technology. And we have 14 states within our country, so every state have a different dialect. So this kind of AI technology is very useful if it's embedded within our system. But at the moment, in terms of Gen AI, Malaysia is actively seeking to adopt the AI in general, which Parliament may apply. The number one that we have right now is technology rollout. We use Gemini in our system. Within our email, which we call Government Unified Communication. So through this, the government is capitalizing on the use of Gen AI models, including the Gemini model, like I mentioned, incorporated within our email platform. This offers a secure generative AI capacity between our ministries and agencies. So we use, all of us use the same Gen AI through Gemini, which is within the email system. And also through that, there is awareness and adoption effort by the government, by the institution. So currently the main interest is on the internal adoption and familiarization among the parliamentary staff, among the MPs, using this system, and also by the Ministry Digital. They are currently engaging in the promotion of this AI ability by circulating email in-house. So we usually get pop-up through our email, like tips and tricks to use the AI, Gen AI, the Gemini, and basically just conducting awareness to all agencies and ministries on how to use it, how to maximize of using the Gen AI usage. So yeah.
Thank you very much, Mas, for your considerations and your thoughts on this question. And Ludovic, I'd like to bring the following two questions to you. Actually, the second question that I had, an element of the third one already for the benefit of time, given we have a hard stop at 9 a.m. Brazil time. As I was mentioning, the transition from static portal-based information in parliaments to a dynamic, more conversational model powered by AI assistants like Archibot, Archilibot, and others presents a number of challenges for the parliament. What have been the main challenges the EU Parliament have encountered in this shift, both from the technical, also the human domains? And also, what are your thoughts about maintaining the levels of trust in the Parliament's information, given the source of the data is decades worth of high quality human produced knowledge? Ludovic, what are your thoughts to this question?
I think that the answers to the last question about trust will come from the second question about the challenges that we face and how we decide to address them. So as the Parliament evolves from classical information portals to AI-powered conversational systems, we are encountering a set of challenges that touch both on the technical foundations and our organizational culture. And this transition is not a simple technological upgrade. It's a deep institutional shift that requires new ways of working, new skills, and new safeguards to preserve trust in the parliamentary information. So to give you some example, on the technical side, one of our primary challenges concerns infrastructures. Conversational models demand stable, secure, and scalable infrastructure. And according to the proposed roadmap, we are still in the process of assessing our current capabilities and defining a reference architecture for generative AI. So establishing machine learning operations practices, so MLOps practices, model monitoring and control deployment pipelines is essential to ensure that conversational tools behave predictably. And this is particularly important in a parliamentary environment where information must remain authoritative, trustable, and compliant with the EU AI Act. And the second technical challenge is the integration of AI into existing parliamentary workflows. Tools that generate summaries, guide staff through procedures, or assist with administrative tasks cannot operate in isolation. They must integrate with systems for legislative drafting, document management, or administrative processing. And the proposed rolling program shows how varied these workflows are and how each AI use case requires close collaboration between business owners and technical teams to ensure that the results align with institutional standards. So scaling these efforts is now a structural challenge. From the human perspective, the transition is equally demanding. One major challenge has been ensuring AI literacy among staff and members. The AI strategy and the roadmap both emphasize training because AI introduces new expectations. So staff need to understand how to evaluate model outputs, recognize risks, and apply sound judgment when using generative tools. Without these, conversational systems may create uncertainty or be underused, and AI literacy is becoming a strategic requirement across roles. A second human challenge is managing expectations and fostering trust. Moving from static pages to interactive assistants changes how people perceive institutional information. While the portal provides fixed content, a conversational agent provides dynamic outputs that must still reflect official positions and meet legal obligations. So this shift requires internal clarity about what AI can generate autonomously, what requires validation, and how to communicate limitations to end users. So the main points we are stressing in this human challenge is the importance of an ethical, human-centric approach, because transparency and accountability must remain at the core of all AI interactions. And another and last challenge we have to face is resourcing. The Parliament faces a limited capacity for scaling AI projects, and as conversational systems grow in scope, maintaining them requires new profiles such as data engineers or model evaluators and AI governance experts. So without these roles, implementation risks delays or even quality. The proposed roadmap highlights that this is a structural constraint that needs long-term planning. And finally, there is a cultural challenge. AI tools reshape workflows, tasks, and long-standing habits. They introduce new forms of collaboration between policy, IT, and administrative services. So as described in the proposed strategy, the transition requires not only training, but also a broader cultural shift in which staff see AI as a professional support rather than a disruptive threat. And achieving this alignment is an ongoing institutional effort. In summary, the transition toward AI is a multidimensional challenge. It requires stronger data foundations, modernized infrastructure, new skills, sustained governance, and a collective effort to preserve the authority and clarity of parliamentary information. While the path is demanding, the benefits for transparency and efficiency are significant, and they guide us as we continue this transformation that in the end contributes to establish and maintain trust.
Thank you very much, Ludovic, for your answer and your thoughts to these. Andy, would you like to share your thoughts on these two questions?
Absolutely, Lewis. I'll give it my best shot. I think the shift from searching through squids of material and finding out how to do that to using chatbots or AI assistants to do this is certainly promising, but transitioning to using that it isn't without its complexities. I think we've all used chatbots in our various life. It's definitely a more intuitive way of searching for things on the digital world, but it's something which we've all been frustrated for. I think the challenges are both technical and human, and it's probably the human challenges, the cultural challenges that are more. The technical challenges in terms of legislation is, as I said earlier, especially in a jurisdiction like ours, there is so much legislation going back centuries in different formats and different styles. And in order to search that properly, it needs to be ordered. I mean, we're very fortunate here in that our colleagues in the National Archives, way over a decade ago, probably before I even heard about AI, certainly called us that, very much started to move towards a world in which legislation was viewed as data and should be structured as data. And I've put in significant effort into putting our statute book into order. As a result of that, we've been able to develop a drafting software, which we call Lawmaker, which very much streamlines the drafting, amending, and publication process, which puts a lot of that legislation into the form of data, which an assistant can search more easily. So I would say we're making good strides in the technical side. It is the human organizational challenges which I think are there, and the building of trust and culture with making law. I think all of us involved in the lawmaking process totally understand the utmost importance of precision and authority. The need for laws to be clear, accurate, and accessible is absolutely critical to any society which is founded on the laws which govern it. For that reason, there is understandable caution about relying on outputs produced by generative AI, which very often appear confident. I think we've all seen hallucinations, but it's not just the hallucinations, it is sometimes even just small inaccuracies in the law world, which can be problematic. So building trust is going to take time, and evidence the sort of idea that AI will just come along and do everything, to showing that AI will actually support rather than undermine the professional judgment of humans. People are going to need to learn how to use AI properly in that context, how to prompt it properly, how to evaluate it properly. It's not we shouldn't live in a world at the moment where we're worried about AI coming along and replacing it. It's important that we more understand how to use it and communicate clearly that it provides suggestions and analysis, but the authority will always rest with the parliamentary drafters in our case, or with officials or with members. I think in the democratic sense, I've said this in a few talks I've given as well, there's also a feeling, we elect our members, we expect them to take human judgments on the laws we make rather than to use AI to influence how they would vote for or against a particular part of legislation. So to conclude, there are both technical and cultural challenges, but I would say it's definitely the cultural change that's needed to ensure that AI can be adopted responsibly and effectively and be used to its full potential rather than be used to create problems.
Thank you very much, Andy, for your thoughts on this. Vishu, would you like to share your thoughts on these two questions?
Yeah, thank you, Luis. In fact, as we were discussing, well, the potential is immense, but we need to use it, AI-mediated information in a very responsible way. Regarding the challenges, like if we talk about majorly, there were two challenges. One was regarding the security issue, and another was accuracy. Security issue was met with complying with all compliances, either constitutional or legal in the legal framework. So that's what met. Accuracy, incidentally, we were asked to synchronize the official text debate with the videos, the project which we did. So here we developed the proprietary in-house software, and we were able to meet that accuracy level of 100%. So because these official text debates were all vetted, so it gave the 100% of the accuracy. Regarding trustworthiness, that's very important because of what we did a bot for a public governance institution, and there what we tried to do was and are doing that, and it has been live since for last 9 months. That whatever reply the bot gives to a query, so we give the description of the document as well, the detail of the document as well, from where this particular query was reply was picked up, and we give a link of the document as well. So one can click on the link and can straight away open the refer document. And if the document is bigger, so we give a Wikipedia type of passage highlight or the part highlighted from where the reply or the query has been from where the reply has been taken. And to bring in more trustworthiness, because gradually people they are using it. It's both for the government officials and for the citizen as well. So gradually they had been using it for 9 months, and they have found it that it's comfortable to use, it's convenient to use, and the answers are majorly correct. Queries are majorly correct. So that trustworthiness, that trust has been built. And moreover, we been suggesting also for accuracy test as well, where a human editors can validate it after testing it, whether it's giving proper answers or not. So those periodical tests are also on the way. So this sort of checks and balances gives a sort of confidence in the general public or the people or the user who are using it. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you very much, Vishu, for your thoughts on this question. Mas, would you like to share your thoughts on this question as well?
Yes, thank you, Luis. So I'll try my best as well to answer the question. The transformation of a more conventional, non-dynamic information model to a more dynamic and AI-aided interaction platform is a complex issue. These barriers may be divided into two within technical and organizational readiness, which is human. So I'll go into the technical part. The major hindrances in this case are based on the capacity of our current digital infrastructure to provide the requirements on contemporary Gen AI. So it can be divided into four if I want to point out my view. First is on the data integrity and standardization. Our most valuable asset, which is the historical legislative records such as Hansard, the committee reports and bills, often exist in formats accumulated over decades. Such that data should be carefully cleaned up, tagged and made standardized so it can be used to train the large language model, the LLM. And then we also have this interoperability of system. Although currently the government is offering Gen AI such as the Gemini I mentioned before, however, these services can only be integrated with the existing IT system through complex and tailored development. And in terms of security, confidentiality, and sovereignty, any implementation of AI should be within the parameters of the National Security Agency, such as what we have now is National Cybersecurity Agency, NACSA, and also we also have National Security Council, NSC. This is necessary to ensure that AI environment complies with the principle of data sovereignty. And not to forget, we need to manage the hallucination. The nature of Gen AI is a risky technical issue, whereby grounding mechanism and human verification should be utilized to ensure that all AI-generated output within the law of parliamentary action is accurate. Now, moving on to my second point, which is towards the human factor, the human domain. This is aimed at getting the workforce and institutional culture ready to be in the AI era. For example, it is important to have AI fluency and capacity building. The skills required to operate and govern and audit the AI system are not only through the training of the IT staff. We have to remember that we have parliamentarians and senior officers or parliamentary staff in general. They are also required to have AI literacy training to understand that AI ethical implication, the legislative risk, and the governance requirement. And also we have to overcome the resistance to change. It is normal that the transition between paper-based, manual digital workflow and the AI-driven automation can lead to the anxiety within the organization. People don't like change. It makes them uncomfortable. So effective change management can redefine roles by facilitating the high-value tasks using AI rather than making AI as the competitor. Again, we're not saying that AI will replace the human, but it's supposed to assist us in our work day-to-day basis. And there's also an issue of building ethical governing structure. Institution needs to create internal ethical AI regulation. They need to understand what is needed to have this regulation. The challenge is to avoid black box, where it is complicated, a system of component that is not visible and not easily understand. Lastly is to achieving reliable long-term buy-in. AI projects need sustainable budgetary and political commitment. The difficulty lies in getting and keeping the leadership support of for example, the speaker, the clerk, the members of parliament who tend to have conflicting demands. So it is to make the AI transition a strategic institutional modernization rather than just an interim IT project. Thank you, Luis.
Thank you very much, Mas. Virginia, would you like to comment on this question? And if you agree, I would also propose, if you want to comment, that there is a question from Ricardo Montes from the Senate of Mexico about the status of using AI in the parliamentary library. So if you wish to comment these two questions and also the question from the colleague from Mexico, please feel free to use the floor.
Claro, primero comenzar con los desafíos, también comentar un poco. Nuestro primer gran desafío fue la calidad y la consistencia y la integridad de nuestros datos. Los sistemas de IA conversacional es tan sólido como la información que se extrae. Los registros históricos se almacenan en diferentes formatos y estaban dispersos en diferentes plataformas. Algunos estaban incompletos, otros eran difíciles de interpretar para las máquinas. Antes de desarrollar los servicios de inteligencia artificial, tuvimos que invertir en la limpieza, estructuración y estandarización de grandes volúmenes de información parlamentaria. Al programar Caminar ayudó a consolidar este trabajo, pero también exigió tiempo, experiencia y coordinación entre muchas áreas y unidades de nuestra institución. Un segundo desafío técnico consistió en integrar las herramientas de inteligencia artificial con los sistemas parlamentarios existentes. Los parlamentos dependen de flujos de trabajo formales, auditados y basados en normas. Las herramientas de inteligencia artificial deben respetar estas estructuras. Tuvimos que diseñar interfaces, API y salvaguardas que permitieran que los módulos de inteligencia artificial funcionaran junto a las herramientas de redacción legislativa, sistemas de archivo y plataformas de publicación. Esto requirió una estrecha colaboración entre ingenieros, expertos legales y funcionarios parlamentarios para garantizar que la tecnología respaldara nuestras responsabilidades institucionales. Y un tercer desafío se refiere a lo que es la seguridad y la confianza. Los sistemas de inteligencia artificial conversacional interactúan directamente con los ciudadanos y con el personal parlamentario por proteger la integridad de la información que utiliza, evitar el acceso no autorizado y garantizar que el sistema genere respuestas verificables y auditables era esencial. Era esencial para conseguir la confianza en los usuarios. Tuvimos que implementar una gobernanza clara, validación, como todos ustedes también lo han comentado, la validación humana es muy importante y es imprescindible en todos los proyectos de inteligencia artificial que hemos implementado, y el monitoreo continuo para que la inteligencia artificial operara dentro de los límites legales y éticos de la Cámara de Diputados de Chile. En cuanto al aspecto humano, coincido mucho con todo lo que ustedes han comentado. Los desafíos fueron igualmente significativos. El primero fue cultural, ¿no es cierto? Introducir la inteligencia artificial al trabajo legislativo puede generar dudas, especialmente cuando la tecnología afecta o viene un poco a interferir en prácticas que están muy arraigadas en la cultura del trabajo, de cómo se lleva el trabajo legislativo dentro de los parlamentos. Muchos colegas estaban preocupados por la precisión de la respuesta que iba a generar la inteligencia artificial. Por lo tanto, temían que la automatización también pudiera disminuir el valor de su trabajo, de la experiencia que ellos ya tenían. Por lo tanto, romper esa primera barrera cultural de un poco de desconfianza de nuestros usuarios fue un gran desafío. Entonces, nuestro enfoque consistió en involucrar al personal desde el principio, explicar que la inteligencia artificial viene a complementar el trabajo de todos nosotros y no viene a reemplazarlo. Es tan importante la etapa de validación en todas las soluciones que logramos implementar, que ese es el punto relevante. Si todos somos parte de este proceso, comienza la confianza y este desafío, por lo tanto, es superado. Ahí viene toda la parte de capacitación que también un poco escuché, poder desarrollar las habilidades humanas en lo que es los equipos técnicos, los líderes también, para que sepan identificar, conocer la tecnología para que se puedan desarrollar soluciones que sean útiles y que luego podamos medir que sean exitosas al obtener una alta tasa de uso y también una baja tasa de errores en la respuesta, que es en lo que estamos trabajando hoy día. Poder medir si las respuestas son correctas, poder ver qué tanto se están utilizando lo que hemos diseñado, si es atractivo para los usuarios. Por lo tanto, esos son los desafíos que vienen para adelante. De la confianza, creo que al obtener buenos resultados, el público y también el público interno, los funcionarios, los parlamentarios, que son usuarios de estas soluciones, comenzamos a obtener la confianza. Es muy importante comenzar con la fuente, con los datos, ¿no es cierto?, que es lo que utilizamos para generar estas soluciones. En la Cámara de Diputados de Chile tenemos una larga traducción de la producción de los registros legislativos, publicaciones oficiales y material de archivo de alta calidad. Por lo tanto, estas colecciones nos dan una base para el sistema Caminar y puntualmente para el sistema que implementamos de Archilebot. La inteligencia artificial no va a inventar ni adivinar nada, recupera, resume y organiza la información que ya existe de forma fiable. Al basar cada resultado de la inteligencia artificial en fuentes primarias que son verificables, garantizamos que la tecnología amplíe el valor de nuestra memoria institucional en lugar de reemplazarla. Y el segundo elemento muy importante es la explicabilidad. Las personas deben comprender por qué un sistema de inteligencia artificial proporciona una respuesta determinada. En Caminar insistimos en que cada respuesta pueda rastrearse hasta artículos, debates o documentos específicos y que los usuarios puedan inspeccionar las fuentes subyacentes. Este enfoque refleja la lógica de la transparencia parlamentaria. Si un ciudadano o un parlamentario desea verificar algo, puede seguir la ruta que utilizó la inteligencia artificial. Esta apertura fortalece la confianza, ya que demuestra que la inteligencia artificial no es una caja negra, sino una herramienta que opera con los mismos estándares de calidad y responsabilidad que la institución a la que sirve. Bueno, y el tercer componente ha sido la supervisión humana para la confianza. La inteligencia artificial puede organizar el conocimiento a una escala y velocidad que los humanos no logramos alcanzar, no logramos igualar, pero la validación sigue siendo una responsabilidad humana. Equipos editoriales, asesores legales y especialistas en datos trabajan juntos para poder revisar los conjuntos de datos, ajustar los modelos y corregir los problemas cuando surgen. Esta supervisión continua garantiza que el sistema evolucione en consonancia con las prioridades institucionales, los requisitos legales y las normas éticas. También garantiza que el criterio humano siga siendo lo que produce la inteligencia artificial. Por lo tanto, creo que para terminar con lo que es la reflexión sobre la confianza, un punto muy importante se relaciona con la gobernanza de los datos parlamentarios. Para mantener la confianza, se deben establecer procesos claros para actualizar la información, para corregir inexactitudes y documentar los cambios. El objetivo es tratar los datos como un activo vivo, no como un activo estático. Cuando las leyes evolucionan, se producen nuevos debates y se digitaliza material histórico. Estas actualizaciones se integran directamente en los sistemas que impulsan nuestras herramientas de inteligencia artificial.